And welcome back, my citizens. Today's video was supposed to be about batch painting these Age of Sigmar skeletons that I mentioned in episode 2. But I gotta tell you, my office has been kind of a mess, and every time I sat down to start working on these things, I just felt bad, claustrophobic and cluttered, and I just was not liking being in my office. And so I decided I needed to put that project on pause and spend some time reorganizing because I've got too much stuff down here. I finally got my Reaper Kickstarter and my office is filled up with hundreds of new miniatures that I just don't have room for. I've got these shelves that are filled up with a bit of garbage that I fully intend on repurposing into some kind of terrain, and it's just not enough space. As you can see, the office is just super messy, and it didn't feel right. So we needed to open the place up a bit. And right above this mini fridge that we keep drinks in for guests, there is wasted space. So I thought I'd make some corner shelves.
Model citizen, he makes models, he's a citizen. Wow.
So I've got some wood here that we saved from some other shelves that we took down in another room, and we're gonna start planning it out. The first step to all of this is the most exciting. It's measuring. Yay. And then you follow that up with more measuring, and then you measure a couple more times, and then you do that a couple more times just to make sure that everything fits. You can see me here visualizing success. You got to pause the measurements for just a little bit to make sure that everything's going to look good. Plan it out. You gotta make sure that your plan is actually going to look okay. Visualize the space, because I didn't plan this out, and and I think I like the size of what these could be, and it's going to be enough space. I want to be able to put the finished castle on here, which might be a little bit taller with some parapets on the top. So use that as kind of a guide for how far apart these shelves should be spaced. And I haven't really decided if I want it on the top or the bottom, so I'm just gonna make them equal. And we quickly check on the baby. She seems fine, so it's back to work. Back to measuring, more measuring, more measuring, more measuring. You gotta be real thorough with the measurements. Planning everything out. If you plan everything thoroughly, then you only have to cut once and not make any mistakes, and then things just work out a lot better. So we're finally making it outside. Got my table saw set up. Don't need that. Don't need that, because I have to freehand this anyway. And my dumb camera stopped recording, which is probably for the best, because now there's no evidence of me freehanding this cut. So there you go. That's the diamond shape we're going to end up with in a corner shelf. And it's kind of a cheap particle board, so we're going to spend a little bit of time sanding up the edges and making everything smooth so it doesn't look so bad. Here we go, sanding, baby. Now we slap those babies down on my overgrown lawn and hit them with a little spray paint. Everything else in the office is black or really, really dark brown, so we're just going to hit everything with a black. Do a couple layers just to be thorough, and then I'm just going to seal that up with a really cheap polyurethane. These shelves probably aren't going to get a whole lot of wear and tear, so it doesn't need to be anything super strong, but I'd like to have some kind of protecting coating. And we're back inside the house doing, you guessed it, more measuring. Yay! And we check on the baby again because she went down for a nap. Looks fine. Keep it going. Make sure everything's level, flat, and smooth. And now for the best part, rubbing my palms raw, screwing everything in by hand, because you don't really want to do this with an electric drill and strip the wood because they're kind of small screws. Also, because all I have is an extremely powerful corded drill that has a very sensitive trigger. So, montage time! let's just plop that shelf on top just to make sure everything's good. It is in fact upside down. The black will be on the bottom on this top shelf because you're not going to be able to see the top at eye level. And for the second set of brackets, another montage. Looks like we got all of them up. Hopefully the shelves are dry. Just a quick little cleanup, keep a tidy workspace. Looking good, baby. I think those look really nice. So the final step is to just secure those shelves onto the brackets. And there we go, the finished product. Now we can finally start organizing. So there we go. Everything's finally finished, and I just basically dumped the entire Reaper Kickstarter on this, along with a couple other miniatures. Still have a bit of organizing to do, but I can finally get back to batch painting these skeletons for next week. And I just feel a lot better. I think they turned out really nice. My wife actually came home and was apparently shocked that I didn't purchase them, which is both flattering and insulting at the same time. Not quite sure how I feel about that. Well, I'm not quite done organizing yet because I still want to put in more shelves above this desk. So I haven't quite figured out where everything goes. These minis will probably get moved around later as we figure out the final layout, how we want everything to look. But that's it. That's pretty much it for today's video. Here's a little message from Kid Elliot. He was real excited to see these when he came home from school. Elliot, what do you think?
That's so crazy.
Really?
Yeah. When I first saw it, I said, holy frick.
You said, what did you say?
Holy frick. It's so cool.
Guess what's right in front?
My character.
They're the ones you painted. Those are all the ones that I haven't painted yet. So.
And the ones on top are the ones that you have painted?
No, all of those are unpainted.
And those are pink.
Those ones are painted. Yeah, it probably won't stay that way, but it's that way for now.
Oh, that's so cool. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video. And maybe you'll be like what you said what I said. Bye! Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Bye!
And that's pretty much it. We'll see you next Saturday on another Model Citizen. Peace.